we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. Oh, the good times.
Hello and welcome to my garden and the dinosaurs who live there. Saturday the 15th of January, so I thought it was about time that we had a garden tour. So let me show you what's happening, or not happening, in the garden at this time of year. One of the nice things about dogwood or cornice is that you get some fantastic colours to the bark of the bush or tree. Is it a tree? I think it's a bush. The plant. Anyway, and you'll see this one, I can't remember the variety, but it has an orangey, reddy orangey tinge to the bark, and it's really quite striking. Down here, I've got a little raised bed that's sort of falling to bits, as you can see. And I've put a cloche over some overwintering onions. And I think I explained in a previous video, I put the cloche over it, not because onions need it, but because I've not had very much success with overwintering onions, and I don't know whether it's something to do with the sort of real damp, wet weather that I get here in the west of Scotland. So it's not going to prevent them getting wet, but it just gives them a little bit of protection from the pounding rain that sometimes happens. So I think they're all actually growing. This one's a little bit behind, as is that one, but we're getting there. Oh gosh, Ollie has just jumped on my back. I'm holding that up, I don't know whether you can see. Ollie. Oh, that's what I get for leaning down. Right, he's just made himself comfy there. So these are, ouch, don't, oh, that hurt. Stabbed me on the way down. These are Japanese overwintering onions. Yeah, and as you can see, just as well I remembered because the label's worn off. But yeah, so I've got them there. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 of them, and they seem to be quite happy. I hope they don't get too happy and grow too quickly, but yeah, I mean the cloche I'm using is a bit dilapidated and there's a big hole in it there, so it's not that it's going to get very warm in there at all, but I think it just keeps a little bit of the weather off. So that's my overwintering onions. This area is where we had to have a tree taken down, and you can see these slices of the trunk remain. I thought it was nice to keep some of the some of the tree here. But if we look just down here, look at this. I put bark down from the from the tree itself, as well as the slices of tree that we have here, and I covered over inadvertently this little not pansy, petunia. That's the word I'm looking for, or these little petunias, and these come back year after year, despite me really. But yeah, so there'll be tiny hint of colour there. And talking of hints of colour, I don't know whether, hello Ollie, I don't know whether the guys that did the tree annihilated my hellebores that were here. I think they did, because I used to have some hellebores just around about here, and again you got a nice bit of colour. What are you doing, Ollie? What are you doing? Wee adventurous boy. So yeah, that's a shame. I did dig out a lot of plants before the tree came down because I knew that they would get trampled. So I've got a lot of hostas and things I've pulled away from here. I've planted a lot of tulip bulbs, so I'm hoping that I'll get some tulips. No, that's not tulips yet. I'm hoping I'll get some tulips around here, quite a lot of them actually, later on in the spring. Hello you. Hello. Hello. Hi. Yeah, over there, that monstrosity is my temporary additional housing for the chickens because of the avian flu that is in the country at the moment. So we have to keep the chickens under cover. You can just see them. Da, da, da. Hey girls. Hello. In this border next to the chicken runs, some of my irises are coming back up this year. What variety? They didn't do very well last year, but it was the first year I had them in. Oh, look how difficult this is going to be to read. Was it Eye of the Tiger? It is Eye of the Tiger. Eye of the Tiger irises, so they seem okay. There's some alliums in there as well. I think I just felt a drop of rain on my head there. And here's a little heuchera that, I mean, considering the time of year, mid-January, heucheras do really, really well. It's looking a little bit small and slightly bedraggled, but it's a great zing of colour in the bed. And here we have the effects of the blooming squirrels, which I love, but sometimes they are a bit riotous in the beds. I don't think they nibbled that, I think they just knocked it over. So that's another iris there. Which is annoying. There's a couple of them here, and also in this area here and over here I've got put some more tulips in. Last year I had orange princess tulips, which were amazing, and I've put some more in, and I think some more orange tulips in down here too. So I'm hoping that we're going to have a nice display of tulips in the garden this year. Other than that, we've got some Rudbeckia, that's just the leaves there, and there's the start of some more Aquilegic that will come up, and that will be nice. And there's a pot, I'll just grab that. In the bed next to the onions, should have done that first. We've got some poppies. These are scarlet poppies. These come up every year, and they are lovely. Got a little dandelion weed there, we'll ignore that for now. We have some other bits and pieces here. We've got some sedum and some what else have we got? A Astrantia. That's a Astrantia there, or it will be. Yeah, so it's quite a nice bed this actually when it's grown. And my chopped buddleia, I might even chop that down a little bit more in a few weeks, but I gave it a bit of a chop November time, I think. It's great to see some bulbs coming up. Oh, honestly, the squirrels have been really hard at it. Look at that indentation there. That's one of my bulbs gone probably. But you can see that this is actually mixed daphs and alliums in this pot, and you can see them coming up. You can also see a monkey nut, or a shelled peanut in its shell that has been deposited by said squirrels. And here we have some garlic. Now, the tips are a bit broken, and that's my fault because I had some fleece over this bed to protect the bed a little bit from the weather and from the squirrels, and I didn't take the fleece off quick enough, and the garlic sprouted. So it's a shame there's a couple of the tips are broken, but they should be fine. Some more petunias there. They're I just left them to their own devices all year, so they're not looking fantastic, but a little pop of colour. These leeks are now they're not great. And this one, as you can see, is going to seed. The remains of some beetroot in this pot, there's just a couple of wee tinies in there. I'll probably just pull them up and I can use the pot for something else. These other large pots, you see that one says tulips mixed, so we've got mixed tulips in that one. Hopefully the squirrels won't eat them all. And we've got mixed daffs in this one, they're not up yet. Here's a little pot of Iris Alaska. I got a couple of them flowering last year and they were really nice. So they're up again this year. There's been a bit of a, look at this, evidence of squirrel activity. And then we've got just a little strawberry pot there as well. Now this bed, we got some raspberries in. These are autumn fruiting raspberries. I don't know whether I've cut them down enough. Maybe I should cut them down a bit more. But there's actually some beetroot left here that I've been munching on. I had one in with a salad the other day, and I had a roasted one last week. So I'm just picking them as I'm eating them. I think they're probably getting past their best now, but they're not bad. They're not woody or anything. They're still quite sweet. So I've just a few of those left. And then this is a clematis that comes back every year. It's been in this, well actually it's not in the pot, it was in the ground, and then I put the trough over it and it came back through the trough, and it cloaks this little trellis here every year with nice purple flowers. There's another, and that was before I put the raspberries in. And there's another clematis there. It's a pinky coloured one, you can see from the label, and so hopefully it will come up that way, and this one will come up that way, and we'll have a nice clothing or cloak of clematis here, as well as the raspberries in front. There's some more beetroot. I don't know whether these are up to much. Yeah, no, not really. So that pot can get emptied. I've got loads of pots needing cleared out. But I don't want to just put the compost on beds. I'd rather try and keep some of the compost for, planting potatoes and such like. I'm just slowly swinging round here to a strawberry bed. I sort of tidied this up. I had garlic in it last year. I've popped some strawberries in this year, and they're fine. Quite happy. Appear to have a label there. We'll just get that on the way by. I've actually got some more strawberries. Hello. Ollie. Hi, Ollie. Some more strawberries in this trug here. And this trug has nothing in it at the minute. I'll put the sweet peas. My sweet peas always go in this one. And if I just look round here, we've got another pot of mixed daffs. Doing fine. And then we've got some more garlic here. Now one of them's gone, but the other 4 are doing fine. And then at the back here, there's some heucheras. They could probably do with a bit of attention. This one I was at a bit of a jaunty angle there. This one I repotted in a video just a few videos ago because it was sort of jumping out the pot, and some of these other ones probably are doing the same. This one you can see actually is doing the same, so I'll need to be doing these ones too and tidy them up, ready for some spring growth. And there's one there that's quite nice. It seems to be quite happy. and doesn't need any attention, I don't think. Have I got a label in this one? Probably not. You can see the pond at the moment. Yay! There's too much in it. I do need to take some of the plants out. There's some of them that I've reproduced just a little bit too much. But I think it looks quite sweet at the moment. It's cold. I don't think there's anything insect-wise around that's going to jump up and down on the surface of the water, but I'm sure there's things happening underneath. Here's some here's a Brussels sprout plant. Is there some Brussels there? Yeah, they're about done. I ate the sprouts from this over a wee period of time. The leaves are good actually. The leaves are great for the chickens and for the quail, but at the moment, because of bird flu, I can't really chance feeding these in case in case wild birds have pooed on them or whatever, and they pass infection on to my chickens and quail, which is a shame because they do love them. Probably just go into the compost. The peony, bowl of beauty, is cut down and it'll come back with renewed vigour in the springtime, I'm sure. I always get a really great show of flowers from that. And this is some wild ginger, which just seems to do away. I don't do anything to it. It just sits there, gets a bit overshadowed by the peony through part of the year, and then when the peony dies back, it gets a chance to shine again. On the deck, I've moved quite a lot of herbs that were in a trough. I've moved them into the veg truck outside the kitchen door. So you can see I've got some hot and spicy oregano there. I was just looking at tarragon and put the two words together. And then there's some parsley and chives, which will come back, and thyme, etc. There's also this lettuce, and it's such a long time ago that I actually planted it. I can't remember what kind of lettuce it is. I wouldn't say it's the most fantastic size, but that's maybe just because it's growing in the winter time. Again, my intention was for me to have a bit of it, but for the chickens and quail to have some, but because of bird flu, that's all been put out the window. Now, I've got quite a lot of pots of daffs and tulips on the deck, and the squirrels have, I think they've been annihilating. They don't eat the daffs so much. These three have got daffodils in. I just put those bamboo canes over the top. I doubt it will stop the squirrels. But down here we've got a couple of pots of tulips, another pot of tulips there, and tulips here. And look at that. That's the telltale signs. I actually put this on top, but I think look at that. I've shut the door after the horses bolted, so to speak. I don't know if there's any tulips left in that pot. Pesky little squirrels, honestly. I do love them, but I've got some more herbs here. Some chamomile, lemon balm. This is my lemon herbs. This is lemon thyme, I think. Smells great. There's actually a little volunteer strawberry going in there because I had strawberries here last year. I'll dig that out later. And then there's some Russian tarragon at the back, which isn't lemon, but that was the exception to the rule. And then here we've got a couple, 4 more of those little lettuce plants. Now these two trugs. Oh, hello. You still following me around, Ollie? These 2 trugs I am going to empty. I'll relocate the herbs. I'm going to empty, and I'm going to pack away for when I move. So you can see there's a lot of moss. Actually, it's quite pretty. There's a lot of moss growing in the edges and such like. I'm going to empty the compost out, fold them away because they're little trestle type of trug, and I'll pack them away and take them away with me to my new home, wherever that may be. And then I'll probably give them a scrub and start them back up again once I am settled. By the way, I haven't sold the house yet and I haven't found a house yet, so that's a wee while away, but just that's my intention. Yeah, what else? I've got anything else to show? All right, okay. We've got this trug, which is a plastic one. It's got a plastic lid. It's actually quite good. And in here, again, I sowed some lettuce, and I think it was in November time. The speedy mix here has come up. I've also got some more parsley in there, and it's actually now too tall for the lid, so I think probably I'll have to take the parsley out and pop it in probably that trug that I showed you, the one that already has some parsley in it, or maybe I'll put it in a pot. I don't know, we'll have a think about that. But there's a variety of lettuce that I did sow, but it didn't come up. It obviously was just a bit too cold for it. So yeah, that's fine. But we've got this speedy mix, which again is sort of bubbling away through January, and probably come March time will start to really grow, and I'll start to take some crops from it. Okay, that's me for now. Hope you enjoyed this little look around the garden. Not too much happening, but lots of promise for the springtime, I think. If you'd enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up, and if you haven't already subscribed, I'd love for you to subscribe to follow me in my gardening, quail keeping, chicken keeping and beekeeping journeys. Bye bye for now. Bye.